see Miss Kauka's room from here.
Hey, Matthew, do you want to know what I've always wondered?
No.
Is there an association between your GPA and your favorite music genre?
That's it, right?
For our final project, we wanted to determine if there is an association between a person's favorite music genre and weighted GPA at Centerville High School.
To answer our question, we knew it was best to use chi-square tests for association at alpha level 0.05.
In this test, the null hypothesis was that there is no association between the two categories, making them independent. The alternative hypothesis was that there is an association.
To conduct our test, we asked several of our teachers for a roster of the classes we had with them.
Then we used our calculators to randomly select 7 people from the list of students. If the number repeated itself, we would randomly select a new number to make up for the repetition.
For each student, we started by asking them what their favorite genre of music was.
You like jazz?
After that, we asked for their GPA. We organized their responses on a two-way table with GPA ranges for the rows and music preference for the columns.
Time to record some data.
I called the teacher 'cause I wanted to confess it now. Can I make the time for me to come and get it blessed smile? She spoke to me in such a simple and decisive tone. Her sweet admission left me feeling in position. I don't take these things so personal anymore, anymore. I don't think it's irreversible anymore. Somebody hooted and they hollered, can I buy a vow? Don't let her catch you in the act of throwing in the towel. And when it's not at ease, appears to be the flagrant foul. Can I put my fingers in your mouth before you start to pout? I don't think that it's so terrible anymore, anymore. I don't think that it's unbearable anymore. Tell me now, I know that it just won't stop. You will find your flow when you go robot. I wanna thank you and spank you upon your silver skin. Robots don't care where I've been. You've got to choose it to use it, so let me plug it in. Robots are my next of kin.
In a chi-square test for association, there are 3 basic assumptions that need to be met. The first is that the data must come from an SRS. We met this assumption by randomly selecting people from our classes.
The second assumption is that 80% of the expected counts for the data must be greater than 5. Unfortunately, we did not meet this condition, and none of our expected counts were greater than 5.
The last assumption states that all expected counts must be greater than 1. We did meet this condition. The lowest expected count we attained was 1.2.
But how can we interpret this data we collected? What do we do? Could it be that we've forgotten every relevant piece of information that would allow us to analyze these responses? I've never felt so lost. How do we run a chi-squared test? What is a chi-squared test? What is stats?
I got you, fam.
Doing a chi-square test for association is easy when you're an expert stats student like me. Okay, first you go to second matrix, edit your matrix by however many columns and rows you have, plug in your values, then you go to stat, test, go all the way down to chi-square test, then you enter twice to go to calculate and you'll get your answer, Paul.
Huh.
Yes, very nice.
Very nice.
Do you get it now, Paul?
Sure do. Feels good, man.
In our test, we got a p-value of 0.0102 with a degrees of freedom of 9.
So, what does a graph look like?
We're not talking about this or this. We're talking about this.
So from our chi-square test, our p-value of 0.0102 indicates that our two categories, GPA and favorite music genre, are not independent.
Yes, there is statistically significant evidence to reject the null hypothesis that the two categories are independent at the alpha equals 0.05 level. So we can conclude that there is an association between favorite music genre and GPA after all.
Well said, friend. And even though I'm sure we'll include this statistically significant test in my autobiography, I still think there are some things we could have done better.
I agree. In selecting our samples, it might have been more effective to randomly select the classes we would choose students from. This would have removed convenience bias on our part.
We could have chosen a bigger sample size for our subjects so we could meet the condition that 80% of our data's expected counts were greater than or equal to 5.
There's also the possibility that subjects lied or exaggerated about their GPA, which would have skewed the results of our data. Not only that, but a few of the people they asked were forced to choose between two genres they liked. So, their true favorite music genre is, in some cases, simply what they thought it was when we asked them. In future experiments, a larger sample size could hopefully minimize these types of biases.
Well, that was fun.
Not really. Alright, Matthew, let's stitch this loser.
Wait, guys, we can still run a linear regression test. Guys?